Bitcoin, ETH, Sol, crypto in general. Just can't catch a damn break right now, man. We had a nice rally yesterday. Bitcoin went from $108,000, $114,000 straight the F back down. Boom. Been pretty brutal. You know, I was doing some mental calculations today and thinking, man, if I just nuked all my altcoins back in April and bought stocks, my net worth would be like twice what it is right now. Hindsight, worth at least doubling your net worth. Hey, what are you going to do? Freaking altcoins, man. The lack of belief in anything in this market and the absolute just savagery of altcoins in particular, but really the entire cryptocurrency market has been one for the records book. And yes, I understand we just had a massive traumatic event recently that's really fucked up a lot of people in the market 2 weeks ago, 12 days ago, whatever. But still a lot of opportunities in crypto. Still a lot of cool shit going on. We got a lot to talk about today. Latest macro news, crypto charts. We got some stock charts. We got all kinds of fun stuff going on. Lark, it's over. Just move on. What are you doing here, Chris? It's never over, man. It's never over. All defeats until death is just temporary. There's actually still some really great stuff happening in the cryptocurrency market. That's the thing. The problem is that it's just such a high risk market. And it hasn't been in favor for the last year. People have been going crazy on stocks, and for good reason. There's a whole bunch of really cool shit happening in stocks. Anyway, we're going to talk about some of that. We got a lot to cover. Your questions, second half stream. We're going straight into this, man. Let's go. So, the vibe today. Local man gives the fuck up. He just fucking gives up. Fuck this shit. Yeah, that about sums it up right now. Sell now, potentially mess out on parabolic gains, or hold and potentially lose most everything. No in between. No in between, guys. Trump says he's slapping 155% tariffs on China starting November 1st. He says China's been taking advantage of America, blah, 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 blah. Usual stuff. Markets are already uneasy. Bitcoin's been chopping. Look, there is a whole bunch of very high stakes back and forth going on between China and the USA right now. Both sides are putting on maximum pressure, maximum uncertainty going into inevitable deal making next week. Okay. Watch this space. We'll keep keeping you up to date on every detail around that upcoming deal. And of course, we have a Fed meeting in 6 days. We cut again. All this stuff that's being good for the equity markets has been not spilling over into crypto recently, which is very frustrating. Normally, we follow much closer along with the equity markets, but not this time. Everybody's aping into data centers and AI stocks and all this other shit. Beyond meets up like crazy. The real altcoins are stocks, apparently. President Trump says the scheduled meeting with Xi Jinping might not happen, but it might happen, but it might not. Baron Trump slaughtered it, man. Just made so much money. Dad, you're going to tweet? Hold on, I put a long in. Hold on just a second, buddy. You know, it's interesting. Crypto's down today. Stock futures are up. Oh, they're not up massively, but up 0.12% for the S&P 500 is a lot of money. So stock futures are looking fine right now. NASDAQ, you can see here, basically at a new all-time high. Fantastic. Actually, we have, surprisingly, the MACD curving back up, potential bullish crossover, which will put momentum back in the bulls' favor, okay? Quinn Thompson posted this. Gold doesn't do a minus 5% before the market goes into recession. In fact, it's quite the opposite. The U.S. economy is re-accelerating into 2026. This is, when it really comes down to it, guys, this is the fucking bull case, okay? If it wasn't for the fact that U.S. GDP is cooking, that U.S. economy is re-accelerating, the ISM PMI is looking good, the global money printers are going, not in the USA, but everywhere else, QT is coming to an end, global liquidity is going up, credit conditions are loose, financial conditions are loose, everything is fucking there. And everybody's just going into polymarket stocks, apparently, not crypto altcoins. But all the conditions are there for risk-taking in the markets, okay? Should probably sell small coins, buy some more stocks. Fuck it. Anyway, take risk in one place or another. It's been pretty crazy, guys. Let's not sugarcoat it. It's been a very, very tough year for basically anybody who's not just intensely mercenary, just in, out of whatever, just hardcore trading. Any kind of attempt to invest or be intelligent about shit's just been, you need to either go right up. If you're not a gigabrain genius wizard person, find a baseball bat, whack yourself in the head with it, and not baseball bat whacking advice, but you know, just bring the IQ down a few points, just ape into dumb shit. Anyway, it's true though. It's true. The U.S. economy is really accelerating in 2026. Gold, oh my God. A slaughter fest on gold. Gold's down 8.6% today. Holy cow. I mean, it really was. People lining up in the streets to buy gold at the Giga Intergalactic top really was the top sign. Now, look, I'm not saying gold can't rebound. I'm not saying it can't go higher, blah, blah, blah. You know, markets are crazy and irrational, but holy shit. Gold down 8.6% in a single trading session here. Put on the daily. You can see here a little clearer. This is the weekly charts. But gold down 8.6% is unbelievably massive in 2 candles, man. That's like the entire cryptocurrency market cap that gold has gone down today. Like $3 trillion move down. Crazy stuff, man. Here's an interesting one. Bitcoin versus gold. Is it finally go time? You can see this long-term trend line been in effect for almost a decade now. Every time the gold versus Bitcoin ratio has got this low, we've seen a major bounce and a major rally in the markets. Again, if all this stuff was not happening, if the macro regime looked different right now, I'd seriously consider cutting a lot of shit and just sitting in cash and waiting it out. The fact that everything looks like it does right now keeps me optimistic that we still have the best days of the cycle ahead of us. Still might sell some altcoins and buy some more stocks though, but that's a different story. Anyway, we've updated the chart, guys. We've updated the chart. No longer is it just phase 1 Bitcoin. We've actually now got phase 0 gold. Gold pumps, then Bitcoin pumps, then Ethereum pumps, then large caps, then all the other bullshit pumps. After that, holy cow. We got to taste Bitcoin. I agree with the statement here from Financial Freedom, dude, by the way. Let's see this guy fall back real quick. I agree. We got to taste the Bitcoin's price movement today. It rose from $108,000 to $114,000 in about 2 hours before pulling back. We're on the cusp of an aggressive move higher. There is a lot of demand, pent-up demand for any kind of positive move in crypto right now, okay? Gold price dropped because of increased supply. A massive nugget of gold was found. I mean, yeah, a massive nugget of gold. Well, a massive gold mine was, they're finding new deposits all the time. I know the Chinese found a new deposit equivalent to about 0.3% of the current gold supply or something like that, which is big. But I mean, they got to go and fucking mine it. It's going to take years, decades to get it out. It's not like it just instantly hit the market. Like somebody brought in 10,000 tons of gold and just dumped it into the market yesterday. It's not exactly what happened. Okay. That's a little bit different of a situation. But honestly, just look at the charts, man. We talked about the charts for days. It was getting massively overbought. Okay. That's what happens. Continuing. TD Cohen says Bitcoin's recovery from the market crash shows resilience, predicts it'll hit $141,000 by December. That is the kind of hoping we need right there, folks. Boom. What do we got here? $470 million of inflows into Bitcoin ETF products yesterday. And yet, here we are, $107,450. Come on, Wall Street, better buy another $500 million today, man. What are you guys doing? Man, crypto's been so weak. Well, stocks are doing so incredibly well. It's wildly frustrating, man. Nastiest bull run ever. It has been definitely a tough one for a wide variety of reasons. Look, every bull run has its large variety of bullshit. Do not get me wrong. But the fact that crypto's so weak, well, stocks are doing so incredibly well, is very frustrating. Anyway, our Bitcoin trade from yesterday got the take profit got hit at $112,000. Great. Entered another small Bitcoin long today. That got stopped out for $500. So up $2,500 on the trading account last 24 hours. Not too bad. If you want to join me trading over on BitUnix, guys, there's a link down below. Never been a better time to get signed up because they have insane bonuses going on right now. No KYC, no VPN, no BS. Use the link down below. Get signed up. You can trade from anywhere. Deposit $2,000, get $400 back. Deposit up to $10,000 or $10,000 or more, I should say, and get $700 cash back. Crazy trading bonus. Never give away $1,000 in every live stream. Today is a live stream. So we got to give away $1,000. But if you want to be in to win future $1,000 giveaways, you got to get signed up. So we got a lot of entrants on this today. Grokked it up here. And we have 2 winners, as you can see. It took a minute and 21 seconds to decide the winners here. Oh, no, my spreadsheet. Where did my spreadsheet go? Hold on a second. Bring the spreadsheet back over here, Lark. Here we go. Okay. There we go. Bring it back on. Okay. So this guy here deposited $1,300. $500 coming back your way. It's user ID 252415131. And the other winner here, 416284127. Of course, we are sharing user IDs, not email addresses. So you have to go and check that versus if you've won or not. This guy here put in $1,400. Congratulations. $500 coming back your way as well. Congratulations to today's winners. Giving away another $1,000 tomorrow. Tune in. So continuing. Look at how some of these crazy stocks are moving, man. Google erased $160 billion in 2 hours after OpenAI launched a web browser. Then it added $180 billion back in 4 hours after everyone realized that OpenAI's web browser is just Google Chrome with ChatGPT bolted in. You cannot make this shit up, guys. That's a crazy move for Google, man. That's a big cap stock to move like that. I want to share this from CryptoPunk7231. Never seen the crypto market so exhausted. Feels like everyone's been dragging through the ringer for 50% of the year, then given hope for a month before being nuked to below bear market prices. It's absolute savagery, man. It really is. It's been very, 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 very tricky in the cryptocurrency markets. Anyone who's tried to believe in anything, you have been punished for that. Okay. Then you look for equities, AI, and see a completely different story. People actually believing in crazy visions because there's actually cool shit happening in AI. There's actually cool shit happening in robotics and in data centers and in rare earth mineral companies and all this kind of stuff. He says, I watched a humanoid robot execute a perfect ballet pirouette today. It's true. It's cool. It's awesome. Way cooler than a lot of the stuff that's being done in crypto. Now, there's obviously some good things happening in crypto too. Don't get me wrong. But a lot of what is happening in crypto is completely unnecessary. Kind of makes you feel like the sleazy alley-dwelling salesman selling pocket watches out of his coat. Yeah, it's kind of what crypto's felt like. Good news, however, the F is dumping. BTC is ultimately selling to stronger new hands. Thank you, Larry Fink. Pensioners aren't day trading. This is needed maturity. Regulation is coming. Long as best we could. Coinbase acquiring a token launchpad, potentially offering compliant ICOs. Would have sounded insane 3 years ago, but now we have Brian lobbying VC every quarter. We have multiple breakthrough apps outside of stablecoins gaining global traction. Prediction markets, perps, blockchain IPOs are going to be big instruments used across Web 2 and Web 3 going forward. True. I don't care if the days of everything up only are gone. That was always going to happen. What matters is now the industry chooses a slow death or finally breaks through. My guess in portfolio is fully betting on the latter. Not going to sweat short term. I dig it, man. I dig it. Galaxy Digital Bulls. Check this out. Mind-boggling earnings beat. Galaxy's best quarter ever. $505 million in net income for Q3. We're finally seeing Galaxy come alive on the crypto side of the business. They've spent the last 8 years building out crypto infrastructure with relatively fixed costs. They're now seeing volumes explode and translate into profitability. They also have their data centers coming up too. I own that, by the way. If you ever want to see my portfolio disclosures down below here, you can find crypto, stock, portfolio, all kinds of stuff, plus a risk statement because investing in crypto in particular is risky and you can lose all your money. Okay. You know, it's interesting looking at Galaxy. I mean, great on the earnings beat. That's fantastic. Nice little bump after that. But currently, again, all my crypto bags are just like, all my crypto bags are in life support right now. But every stock I bought this year has gone up massively. So I bought, I told you guys, telling you guys about this, bought a position in Galaxy back here around $26. That purchase is up almost 64%. And I bought more here around like $32, and that's up 30%. Stocks, man, great technology. You buy things and they actually go up in price. Crazy, right? This is one of the wildest stories of the week too. Beyond Meat, regardless what you may have, what your opinion may be on their products, there has been a coordinated wild run on this stock, basically making it into a meme stock at this point, going from 50 cents the other day all the way up to $6.65 in pre-market. I have seen it up to around 7 something in pre-markets today. So it's 1,400 and some percent in, like, I guess a couple of days trading. That's absolutely insane. It's on the weekly chart, by the way. But just absolutely wild price action here. 3 days of price action, man. That's just nuts stuff. I'm not buying anything that's gone up 1,500% in a week. That's crazy, man. But you can see what's going on right now. Wild pumps are happening across the stock market world. Hey, pour one out if you are a Kadena holder. It is fucking over. Oh, man. Somebody was asking me about this a few weeks ago. And I was saying at the time, as look, man, Kadena's not looking good. That's no one's fucking using it. There's literally nothing happening on the chain. Nobody uses it. Nobody gives a fuck about it. Nobody talks about it. But he's like, yeah, but there's this great tech upgrade coming. It's going to change everything. I was like, nah, man, tech upgrades doesn't really matter all that much. I've seen a lot of great tech upgrades over time. Lark, are we waiting for the bear market to buy a Circle? Yeah, probably. I think I can wait. I'm not in any rush to buy a Circle. I think it's probably good exposure. Somebody's got some crazy options in for Circle, by the way, like $385 by November 12th or something, which is like, I don't know, must be. Some people are thinking maybe it's an insider. Who knows about some big upcoming announcement or partnership or something like that. Anyway, don't know. Yeah, Kadena's done. They shut the blockchain down. It's over. Shit. Cardano next. No, the cult of the beard stays on, man. The cult of the beard stays on. If Charles ever cuts the beard off, you guys are in trouble. Ethereum's Osaka upgrade enters final testnet phase ahead of December 3rd mainnet rollout. The upgrade introduces a gas cap per transaction to improve block efficiency and prepare the network for parallel execution. Oh my God, ETH needs parallel execution. You know, this viral clip of Kevin O'Leary went around the other day, and he was talking about how, well, Ethereum's just not ready for the big times. Like something happened, right? Which was the October 10th event. And gas fees shot to like $1,000 again on ETH. So unless you're a multimillionaire, you can't do fuck all. You know, God forbid you have a loan or something you need to try to pay down, you just get liquidated. It's insane. ETH's broken in its current form, and that was one of the many reasons why I was bearish on ETH earlier this year. Now, one of the reasons why I flipped my mentality around in that was, well, Wall Street started buying the living shit out of it. And I still think that gets us up to $7,000, assuming that Bitcoin and crypto more broadly can turn around. If it doesn't, if the charts keep looking mega messed up and we keep showing weakness, I'll cut my ETH bag, man. I don't care. I'm not wedded to that position at all. I'm in it to make money. That's it. I feel like the Ethereum Foundation culture is still pretty broken. And we shared that tweet with you yesterday about the Ethereum dev who's been working there for 6-7 years, getting paid $100K a year, which is disgusting for a blockchain that's worth $400 billion. And considering the competition for developers going on right now across, you know, the AI world and all that stuff, Facebook's paying people $100 million to come over. Ethereum Foundation, best we can do is $100,000 a year. That's wild, man. That's wild. It's crazy bad. And of course, the culture at Ethereum has had issues, but none of that really fucking matters because Tom Lee's buying shit tons of it and Wall Street's buying shit tons of it. And it doesn't fucking matter, man. It doesn't matter. Long term, it may matter. I think Solana is going to eat ETH's lunch unless something starts changing with the culture. By the way, speaking of Solana, Securities and Futures Commission in Hong Kong has approved the first spot Solana ETF. Let's F and go. Does 0 for the chart today, but still cool news. Okay, still cool news. Man, Solana, again, just hanging out. Just hanging out right here on the 200-day EMA, man. Critical level right here for our old buddy Solana. Hopefully we can see a rally come in for crypto day. Again, when we saw the move yesterday from 108 to 114, the demand is there. It's pent up. People want to get on when it runs. We just need it to actually run and stay for a few minutes. By the way, just to point out here for you as well, Bitcoin got rejected at the 50-day EMA. That's not great. That's bearish. ETH chart here got rejected at the 20-day EMA again. That's the second 20-day EMA retest. That's not good. That's bearish. We need to get and hold above the 20-day EMA. Daily closes above the daily EMA are necessary here to get the momentum shifted back around, okay? Until morale improves, beatings will continue. All right. Yeah. Same deal here for us. Solana, second rejection at the 20-day EMA. Not good. These are not good things. These are downtrends. Downtrends are in play. Bears are in control right now. We need to get back to the 20-day EMA. Bulls need to grab their fucking nuts, put them on the table, and get busy here, okay? Okay, continuing. Pump fun. It's kind of hanging out in this price area right around here. Chart not looking super fantastic, but could be worse. We're still trending towards a MACD bullish crossover. We got that going for us. I still think this is one of the best bets on really a Solana ecosystem, really as a unique product with a major moat around it in crypto right now. Penguin bags, man. Still holding. They're still pretty big in profit. The average entry was around like 0.012 or something like that. So we're still in nice profits, but gosh darn, we were in nicer profits recently. Let's put it that way. Zcash went to a new yearly high yesterday at $310. Market's still absolutely loving this coin. 20-day EMA retests, assuming the market doesn't completely roll over and go, tits up, then will be long entry opportunities. Okay, it's amazing how good this chart looks. Well, other charts look so amazingly bad by contrast. There's very few charts in crypto that look decent right now. Zcash is one of the very, very few currently. Okay. By the way, guys, you want to get signed up to the free newsletter? Check it out. It's free. It's awesome. Link down below. Go check it out. We're sharing all kinds of stuff, crypto insights, stock insights, starting from this week, market signals, all kinds of stuff, trades of the day, and more. It's free. It's awesome. Link down below. Go check it out. So let's put our red light hats on, guys. It's time. Somebody was asking about Aster. Yeah, Aster has definitely been dumping as well. I think there's a lot of pessimism right now around Binance and the Binance ecosystem. Warranted, I think. I was running the math on this earlier. So Aster, if you believe the numbers, is doing about $15 billion a day in volume. Hyperliquid's doing about $15 billion a day in volume. Aster's market cap is $2 billion. They do 70% buybacks. Hyperliquid's market cap is $10 billion, and they do 100% buybacks currently. So if the volumes are real and the buybacks continue as planned, then at $2 billion, Aster's probably relatively undervalued and should be trading, if you were to put it around a similar level as Hyperliquid in terms of revenue versus market cap and stuff like that, it should probably be trading at, let's say, $7 billion or something like that, which implies about a $7 per, is that right? $7 per Aster? No, that would imply about $5 per Aster or something like that. Anyway, but still, food for thought, right? Food for thought. Yeah, let's continue. Hydrate, guys. Don't forget to hydrate. Get back into swell. I've never in swell. Never had a swell bag. I am considering taking the L and moving out of my Binance bags, Aster and Cake, and putting them into something else. Stables come to my mind. Avantis has come to my mind. Or just doubling down on existing bags, buying more Athena, more pump. Something like that. Haven't made that decision yet, though. I'll let you guys know if I do. Is it a good time to short Kadena? It's dangerous because I think the biggest part of the move's already happened. It was probably an obvious play if you saw the announcement. I mean, not that anybody follows them, apparently, but it would be an obvious play if you caught it immediately when it happened, right? I mean, essentially, there's absolutely zero reason for this to ever do anything, and it should just literally go to zero, and it should be delisted everywhere. So that's one thing. And the funding rates, my guess for this on the downside, are going to be massive. So if you're trying to short it, you have to be paying very high funding rates right now, because that's everybody's idea. Let's all go short Kadena because it's going to go to zero. But also, you have to keep in mind there's probably a lot of miners and stuff who could still run this for a pump just to wash out shorts. Plus, you can't trust the exchanges. They'll be hunting the shorts as well before inevitably dumping it all to zero. Market makers and all that kind of shit. So the big move happened. I'm not saying it's probably going to go to zero, but just be careful. Shorting, watch the funding rates and stuff like that. Make sure you know where your stop losses are. My pack, my power reversal coming on 29 October. My man, let's go. Again, if we didn't have all this fundamentally bullish shit going on, not bullshit, bullish shit, okay? That's what we love. If we didn't have all that stuff going on right now, I would really consider cutting out some bags right now if the macro condition was different. But we have rate cuts coming up in like a week, okay? A week this time, this Fed meeting. Rate cuts are going to come again. And with all this other stuff I talked about at the start of the video, we don't need to go through the list again, but there's a lot of good stuff going on, okay? Lark, how you feel about Say at the moment? Not seeing it mentioned for a while, other than some article about BlackRock. Let's have a look at the chart. Like I said, I think of all the alt layer ones, I really feel like Say is doing some really good work here. I mean, Aptos too, but man, there's just so much inflation and dumping from these coins and like not really massive demand for the coins themselves. That's the tricky part. Like AVAX kind of suffered from that same problem. And Avalanche is a much bigger market cap. Remember when Avalanche announced all those digital asset treasury companies? Yeah, it was the foundation selling discounted OTC AVAX to these digital asset treasury companies because they have so much AVAX sit on their hands. There's no way they can ever sell it without completely crushing the market. So the digital asset treasury companies provided them a nice way to do that. The Say chart looks about like everything else. Had, of course, the massive crunch from 30 cents down to 15 cents or whatever. And it, much like other coins, had a nice bounce. Now it's kind of the, you know, the analogy of the ball has a big bounce and a smaller bounce and a smaller bounce and a smaller bounce before it stops rolling and then just, you know, implodes and dies forever kind of thing. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen to Say. I think I still follow what they're doing, even though I don't have a bag anymore. They have been doing a lot of, you know, quote unquote good stuff. I just think the layer one blockchain chain trade is so so crowded right now. It's hard to say who's going to have big outperformance or not. Hey, man, what's up? Nice to see you. Nice to see you. I'm watching since 2019. That was ages ago, man. 2019. Damn. A year ago, we touched $100,000, a year of nothing. It has been a very tough year for crypto, Bob. Absolutely. Like I said, start of the show. Can only imagine if I'd, you know, just nuked all of my altcoins, keep the Bitcoin, obviously, and we're Bitcoin fans here, nuked all the damn altcoins and threw it all into stocks back in April. Man. All in on Robinhood. Be up way more than holding all these damn altcoins, man. It's been rough. It's been a very rough year. Render breaking down. AI narrative is bearish. No one gives a shit about AI and crypto anymore. I think there was a time when Render had a great narrative, much like a Cash or these other big AI coins, Near Protocol and BitTensor and stuff like that. Most of these have been down only since early 2024, unfortunately. How low will Solana go in a bear market? It depends on how high it goes in the bull market. Look, if the bear market were to start right now, Solana's going back to $50, man. But if the bear market starts in 9 months or a year, Solana between now and then can go up to $600, $700, $800, and it comes back down to $150, $200, something like that. It's been a very important level, as you can see. Bull market is not over, man. Not yet. Not yet. Again, all of the everything that's happening right now is screaming it's a good time for risk assets in the market. The fact that there's such an incredible amount of weakness specifically in crypto is really sector specific right now. And I think in a large part due to the massive crash we had. Now, look, you got to look at things objectively too. Some of the riskiest elements of the stock market have been selling off. Quantum stocks are all down like 30, 40% this week. right? So there's risk assets selling off there too. But more broadly, the market is still very much in risk on vibes. All the stuff's lined up for the markets to continue taking risk. Rate cuts are priced in. Maybe. Lark Davis, I'm here once again, so you don't read my comments. I will not read your comment, Nick. We're not going to do it. It's not what we're going to do here. Sad times. Gold falling. Are we going to catch a break or what? Ready to sell yesterday. Like I've been saying, gold's been hugely overbought at the current levels at $4,400, wildly overbought. Is crypto going to catch a break? Man, we should. The fact that we're not, brutal, man. You and me both by just setting a hand on the sell button when to rotate out of several altcoins. Yeah. You know, one of the best things I've done this year is continue to consolidate my portfolio. Just keep trimming the fat around the edges. Keep moving it into more higher conviction bags. Whatever the hell that means in crypto. Believe in nothing. Every chart looks the same. It does. Whole crypto market's moving in unison right now. At least in the stock market, usually things move at different times. Like see quantum stocks correcting big time, but you know, other things are going to be up during that same time. What are the top 5 assets that you could hold for years? Bitcoin. Not gold at these prices. If I still had my gold I'd bought at $2,000, I'd be like, yeah, I still could hold my gold for years, but I wouldn't buy it at these prices and hold it. Real estate, index funds, boring stuff like that. Everything else feels like a trade. I got my Cardano tramp stamp a long time ago, man. I used to be a Cardano ambassador. Believe that shit. Oh my God. Those are crazy times, man. A lot of people shilling ICP. I don't even get it, man. ICP. This year has been the worst. Definitely been challenging. There's been some, again, there have been moments of outperformance in crypto. There have been some big moves, but the fact that we are so divergent right now with the stock market, again, to keep reiterating the key point, we right now are at very critical lines of support for Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, a lot of the big altcoins. We are in a downtrend though, okay? We need lines of support to hold. If we start losing these key lines of support, things can get worse before they get better. Okay. And I have looked at some altcoin bags and said, well, some are still in nice profits, by the way, got in early enough. Some are still in nice profits and giving some of that profit back to the market. That's fine. But some of them I could see cutting, moving into stocks. And some of them I could see cutting and consolidating into other altcoin bags if things start getting worse. But again, we are about a week away from things probably getting better. US-China trade deal. I don't know if Xi and Trump are going to sign a deal when they meet in South Korea, but likely there will at least be enough progress that things will be okay. That they'll say, okay, well, we've agreed on the framework for the deal, but maybe they will sign it. That would be that. If they signed a trade deal, shit, markets are going to love that, man. Rate cuts a couple days later. It's all there. All the pieces are there. Just need to put them together. Lark, I'm tired. You and everybody else, man. I know, Tommy. Solana to zero? No. You can't have a bear market if you never had a bull market. You know, it's been a bull market. It's not for all coins. Not for a lot of coins, in fact. Bitcoin's had a bull market. Ethereum kind of did some stuff. Solana had a bull market. Meme coins had a bull market. AI coins had a bull market. We've seen various short moments of outperformance in crypto. It's not like in stocks where kind of everything starts ripping. Crypto's been like, a couple coins or maybe one ecosystem rips for a week or two, and then it all goes to zero. Look at the BSC season. We had a week of BSC season before it all went to zero. It's over, Lark. It's never over. All defeat. Again. All defeat until death is temporary. There you go. It's never over. Did you buy any altcoins the recent dips? I have been buying, really just adding to my Solana bag. I think that's most what I bought over the last 2 weeks. I bought some more pump fund too, but mostly just Solana. Anyone who's buying now will lose. Possibly. It's always the tricky part, isn't it? When I have no idea when the base token is going to launch. I know they've teased it, but it might be a while. What do you think about the DEX narrative? I don't know what Rugi is. I haven't heard about that. I think the DEX narrative overall, if they have strong buybacks built in, could be pretty good. Aster, Hyperliquid, Avantis, stuff like that. RH says you have put on weight. I don't think so. Maybe, I don't know. My cheeks are looking good. Ever since the surgery 2 weeks, I haven't been able to, keep up with my normal routine of, going to the gym and stuff like that. Kills me. Before that, I just can't even pick my kids up right now. But, before that, you're going to the gym 5 days a week and stuff like that. I actually weighed myself yesterday. I'm basically at the same weight I've been for a while. Maybe it was a bit puffier today. I don't know. Anyway, besides the point. But it's good. Going to that 5 days a week, man, and doing stuff, man. Started some paddle lessons. That was fun. But alas, can't really do anything right now, which is frustrating, but it is what it is. Lark, once again, talking about stocks, as always, predicts it's the bottom. Maybe. Like I said, I think regardless of how anything turns out from here moving forward, I'm going to start covering stocks a lot more. The reality of crypto over the last couple of years has been extremely brutal. I've put a huge amount of money into venture investing in crypto. Most of that just absolutely burned money. Goodbye. All the venture investments I've done over the last 3 years combined, best case scenario will be I break even. Most likely it's going to be a 30-40% loss on that money, which could be worse, could be a lot worse, but damn, not good either, huh? Yeah. Whereas my stock portfolio, see, it's the thing. Back in 2022, I was piling all kinds of money into stocks, and that's done incredibly well. Versus a lot of the altcoins, which has been, well, you guys know, you're here. You see how the altcoins have been performing. You see how little bid most of this stuff gets and how brutal and quick the rotations are and how mercenary the capital's been in this space. Not to say crypto's been terribly bearish, or obviously everything's bearish right now. We're in downtrends, don't get me wrong, but not to say crypto's fucked, never coming back or anything like that. No, not at all. But the reality is that the vast majority of stuff never will, never has, and never was intended to have a use case. It's just pure speculation, most of it. There's a reason why Bitcoin's a unique asset and it forms a cornerstone of my portfolio. There's a reason why I'm interested in Solana. When you look at the network metrics and stuff like that, there's a reason why I think a few of the altcoins that I'm currently holding probably have really, really good chances of massive success. But I will continue. I haven't actually put fresh money into crypto in a bit now. I've the money that I do put in is from, trading profits or whatever, or maybe a little bit of affiliate income and stuff like that. But most of the money I've made in crypto over the last year, take it out. Okay, not reinvesting most of the time. Most of the coins that I've changed up in my portfolio have come from cutting another bag and buying another bag. So my Aster purchase is down significantly, but the coins that I sold for to buy Aster are also down as much. So it doesn't really matter. It's kind of a wash. Obviously the monetary value is down as a net, but doesn't really matter. Crypto volatility. But I love stocks, man. Stocks are great. There's all kinds of cool stuff going on in there. And it seems remiss for me to not talk about that stuff when it forms a big part of my investing journey as well. Robinhood's been a great investment this year. Hell of a lot better than most of my altcoin bags. Galaxy's been a great investment. So a lot of great stuff going on in the stock market, stuff that I'm really interested in. And I think we need to continue talking about that and talk less about the more wildly speculative ends of crypto. I think crypto trading is fantastic, great volatility, great for trading. I think a lot of the majors have a lot of upside potential left. There's, again, like I keep saying, there's maybe about 100 investable coins in this market, and that 100 number may be generous. So when you look at that versus the millions of coins, makes you think, doesn't it? Continuing. What are your thoughts on Aerodrome? Do you see still seeing do well? Blah blah blah. Look, yes, Alexandra, I think Aerodrome will continue to do well, but as I've always said, it's got so much inflation. It's one of those coins. If you can farm it, man, because that's what a lot of people do to acquire their Aerodrome. They just farm it and get it, quote unquote, for free by providing liquidity into the system. And if you're just buying on the open market, well, you're buying from them and getting kind of continually dumped on. But I think it's the most important piece of technology on the base network. So if you're looking for like a base portfolio, Aerodrome, Avantis, Zora, maybe Virtuals. Those 4 coins give you like broad exposure to everything happening in the base ecosystem and get a lot of support from Coinbase themselves. Q4 will be bullish, I believe. Yes, yes. Let me know when you're ready to rock it. I'll close my long for a loss and open a short. There you go. This is the part of the cycle that retail gets rug pulled by whales and now institutions like BlackRock, which is why 90% of us lose. Buy crypto, you fools. Run, you fools, run. Nobody's working harder for their project than George is for Clash. I made over 50K. Congratulations, man. That's great to hear. Recommend any cold wallets? I still use Ledger. Still a Ledger fan. There's a lot of other great. They're pretty expensive. If you want to get something cheaper, TANGEM wallets are pretty damn cheap. You know, they're also pretty good security protocol overall. So do you really think Jerome Powell will cut rates? I believe he'll keep them the same just despite Trump, since he knows he's going to be replaced. They don't get along. Well, look, maybe he will. There's always that possibility. He's just gonna just brah. I think Jerome Powell is really just blocking out the noise. So let's see. I think a rate cut this month is very, very likely, particularly because of the jobs market. Jobs market is weak. Even if inflation numbers come in hot on Friday, job numbers are too weak. Jerome has to cut. He has to cut. If he doesn't, it's really just really playing politics in a crazy way. Virtuals are nothing disappointing, but I think it'll come back. Probably will. Trump needs Xi Jinping. He sure does, man. He sure does. Gosh darn it. Don't leave your cold wine. It needs to be in the fridge. Ha, 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 ha. I see what you did there, Greg. I see what you did there. It's hilarious. Like mentioned, your team might start making videos on stocks. That is in the works. Actually, I just recorded literally one today. It's coming out in a few days. So yes, we're going to start talking more about equities here on the channel. So watch out for that. We're definitely doing that. And we've got for the premium newsletter this week, we've got a detailed report on Galaxy Digital coming out. So keep an eye out for that. And we're starting to share all kinds of more stock related stuff in the newsletter and stuff too. And we'll be doing more here on YouTube as well. So really trying to give a blend of the charts, the macro, equities and stuff like that. Doing a lot more of that here on the channel. Because at the end of the day, what are we here for? To make fucking money, right? And if crypto's not making money and stocks are making money, then, you know, why do we keep burying our heads in the sand? I mean, again, I've got a lot of money in stocks and I should have more money. I should have put more money in stocks. Relative to the size of my crypto portfolio, I'd probably sleep a lot better, and I actually sleep pretty fine at night. But you know what I'm saying, like metaphorically, I'd sleep a lot better at night, just because so much of the crypto stuff is so wildly speculative. But it is what it is. That's why we're in this market. But there's too many interesting things going on to ignore out there, to be honest. So, you know, whether it be data centers or rare earth miners or AI companies or chip companies or energy producers, man, there's some cool shit happening in stocks. And that's what I love, man. That's why I've been building a big stock portfolio again since 2022 with all my 2021 market profits, started just piling it into stocks, man. And my stock portfolio looks pretty decent. Things go up and they pay dividends and real money and you own real companies. Wild shit, wild ideas, right? I know I should just go buy layer 2 governance tokens, man. Why are we buying? Who's buying layer 2 governance tokens, guys? Stop it already. Stop. Appreciate the work you do. What do you think about gold price, BTC to follow? Honestly, it should. We've done a lot of research on this. We've looked at a lot of charts on this. We've done a few great videos on this recently. Usually, past performance does not equate to future performance. FYI. Usually, what we see is when gold makes a big move and starts to cool off, that provides room for Bitcoin and crypto to run. We also have the Russell 2000 breaking out. That's been a pretty good indicator as well previously for altcoin moves. So got a video coming on that, I think tonight or tomorrow. So watch that. That's a very interesting video, by the way. Bought Rigetti at 15, sold at 52. My man. I can't remember. I bought a little bit of Rigetti and sold it at a profit. I can't remember what the prices were. And I bought a bunch of Qbut, sold it for like 65% profit or something like that. Good tech, man. Shit. The best tech ever. Number going up. These quantum companies got wildly overbought, man. But damn, made some money. Screw it. Let's go. Countdown to gold under 4K. Bull run finished December 2024. No. But it's been a tough year regardless. Sweet stonk videos coming soon. Supreme Court began hearing oral arguments on Trump tariffs November 5th. Bullish if tariffs are canceled. Would be pretty crazy, actually, if they end up canceling the tariffs. Thank you. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Maybe not rare earth mining, want rare earth refining. There you go. So in the Discord group, we give regular trade setups. Don't know if we necessarily do every single day, but regular, let's say. Definitely multiple times per week we share charts over there. Oh my gosh, we're almost at 50 minutes. I think we got to finish up here, man. Yeah. Trump's got too much ego to let them be canceled. I'm a BTC buyer anywhere under 90K long term. That's a great buying point, man. Sell Bitcoin or buy Bitcoin. I'm just holding right now. Long term, buys here, be fine. Short term, who the hell knows? Anyway, guys, you're awesome. Appreciate your time. I'll see you back tomorrow. Peace.